Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm back with another awesome reading for you guys. I'm actually just here to do a quick Mercury Direct Transit. I want to do a message from your angels navigating through the transit, because I feel like Mercury is here to give us eureka moments at this point. A lot of the things that we were sort of working on or left unfinished when Mercury initially went retrograde, I think it was around about the 29th of May, I want to say. What were you doing around about that time, you know? And where were you even previously before that, a couple of weeks before that, as far as like the pre-shadow period? Like, what was going on in your life around about that time? Because Mercury is giving you the opportunity to gain significant clarity on those things. So this, I wanted to do a little bit differently, to just see, you know, what the message is from the angels, from the Arcanian realms, and just to give us some insight on how we can actually utilize the energies and how we can be effective in navigating through them as well at the same time. So before I dive into it, guys, these are going to be general readings, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate, do just let it dissipate, okay? But if it does resonate, then definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know in what way it resonated with you. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up as well. If you like my vibe and you want to be a part of the tribe, subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you can be kept in the know of when I do upload these awesome videos for you guys. Now, all of that awesomeness out of the way, I'm working on the fact that I talk a lot, and it's probably difficult for you guys to even keep track, I guess, because I'm constantly going off onto different tangents and touching on different points. So I'm going to try and stay on point before I digress, but we're going to go ahead and get straight into it for this Mercury Direct Transit. What do you see unfolding for us, Spirit? Okay, this transit, this direct transit, is all about wish fulfillment. That's nice. Bear in mind, guys, Jupiter is retrograde in Pisces, so we're going back to reevaluating some of the dreams, you know, because sometimes sweetest of dreams can be a wonderful ass nightmare. Okay, it does bring the opportunity for us to be a little bit more emotionally calm and balanced, I guess, during this Mercury direct transit. We may be experiencing some generosity, so there may be some offers that may be coming in, and kind of giving us an opportunity to feel a little bit more emotionally secure. During the Mercury direct transit, there may be some integration that's kind of taking place. There may be some integration that's taking place. It's not going to be completely closed, so we're not going to have like the entire thing done basically by the end of the Mercury Direct Transit. I'll plug the dates of the Mercury Direct Transit as well, because Mercury is about to go retrograde again later on this year. But whilst we've got him direct and we've got him helping our psyche to get to a better place, let's see what's unfolding for us. Let's see, as a collective, Spirit, what position are we in during the Mercury Direct Transit? So where are we as a collective? Okay, so I'm going to take this card and utilize these to clarify it, because that's how it seems like it was falling out to me. So we are basically navigating through Three of Swords energy, and the clarifiers on that. So we're doing a lot of soul searching. The clarifiers we've got are two major arcanas. We've got the High Priestess in reverse, Eight of Pentacles, and the Tower card upright. So there's definitely some painful separations that we're kind of like navigating through during this Mercury Direct Transit. I can see that we're kind of like in hermit mode, where we're going through a real deep introspection on what it kind of what those heartbreaks kind of like did for us, how they kind of made us stronger, how they helped us to learn a little bit more about ourselves, how they helped us to learn a little bit more about other people's tendency to show up a certain way in terms of our relationship. What I am seeing as well is that it seems as though we've got some heartbreak about some sort of engagement. So we've got some sort of heartbreak about coming together with certain people and how disastrous those situations had been. I want to say that that's not necessarily, this one isn't about family. This one, I think it's about friends, colleague situations, anything to do with authoritative figures as well. So that's our position as we're navigating through the Mercury Direct Transit. Basically, going through, navigating through the heartbreaks, the painful separations of rejection that we may be feeling or may be having to implement to be able to protect ourselves from others, because everybody's human is able and capable to be activated into its primitive mode, and some coping mechanisms are more tragic than others, let's put it like that. So sometimes we do have to protect ourselves by utilizing rejection as a means to be able to allow for us to, I guess, go through the process of transitioning, go through the process of pretty much letting the disasters happen. These tower moments that are taking place, it's going to create sudden changes and revelations, and we're willing to learn about how our inner voice is actually pre-warning us about these situations. There's situations that you get yourself into and your first thought about that person comes to fruition maybe a day later, maybe years later, maybe weeks later, maybe months later, maybe lifetimes later. You felt it. You were connecting to a particular charge within their energy grid, and you picked up on something that is genetically reflecting in their DNA as information that you just weren't necessarily supposed to fuck with this person. Pardon my French, y'all. But yeah, the benefit of your doubt, you're soul searching for that. You're basically soul searching about how you let yourself get so far into certain situations. Okay, what are some of our hopes and fears for this Mercury Direct Transit, Spirit? What are our hopes? Okay, hopes and fears, guys. We have Four of Swords energy. So interesting. This is a hope and a fear. So we are hoping that we can rest, but we're also frustrated by the delays that are taking place. We want to be able to rest so that we can contemplate how to navigate through, again, these heartbreaking situations that we're having to sort of move our way through. But it seems as though we're really just kind of being a little bit passive when it comes to certain things, because the energy is scattered and all over the place, and that's what's causing a little bit of delays. But we're okay with it, because technically the hope is that we can get an opportunity to really be able to fine-tune things and recuperate and go through a process of rest and relaxation whilst we kind of contemplate these different changes that needs to occur. The fear is that the delays are going to be drastic and never ending, and that may cause frustration later down the line. So be mindful of that, guys, and try your best to find the balance. If there's a delay that you're experiencing, my personal recommendation to you is to be able to find time to do something else, basically, that can be just as productive for a longer time. So you've got your short-term goals, you've got your long-term goals. Work at a different goal. Just work at a different goal if you can, to keep you occupado in the meantime until these delays kind of like clear out a little bit. Okay, and what is the outcome once we... Okay, outcome, guys. Outcome is a lot of introverted energies. Interesting. So the outcome is all of the above. So we've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Five of Wands, and we've got the Two of Swords. So what I'm seeing with this is that the outcome is that we're unable to move on from certain situations, but we're more focused on our goals. We're more focused on what's ahead, and we know that it's a slow-moving process. We know that we have to be efficient. We have to be methodical. We have to sort of find the right routines to be able to manifest some of these goals. We're avoiding conflict because it seems as though we're a little bit confused about what direction to take anyway. So we're just avoiding conflict and focusing on our goals, and kind of giving as much as we can to the process, even though it's slow as hell. Okay, let's close out the space with the angelic guidance for us, guys. Let's have a look and see. Right, guys, show us, what do you actually advise for us during this Mercury Direct Transit? What is the advice for us during the Mercury Direct Transit? Okay. The advice for us is there's no need to worry. We are choosing a new direction. We're actually in a process of choosing a new direction. And it's really up to us to be able to look out for the right signs to let us know that it's not the right time for some of the things that we're trying to manifest. Okay? But if we believe that abundance is literally there waiting for us regardless, we may kind of see that there's an instant turnaround. I want to say within 3 to 8 weeks after Mercury sort of is no longer direct. So once it goes through the retrograde process, comes out of the post shadow period, we'll be able to kind of like see the abundance that's there, and we'll be able to see that there was an absolutely unlikely outcome, bigger than we could have ever dreamed or imagined, and we kind of go through a process of forgiving ourselves and forgiving, you know, the way that the universe forced us to be able to reconsider certain situations, because it helped us to become more ready as and when things were going to start coming in, so that we could clearly direct our angels on what needs to be done and when. Okay, what needed to take place is that we needed to be able to wait, and we still perhaps will have to wait, so that we can go through a recovery period before the actual changes can come into manifestation. And the situation is going to be going through a process of improving just after the next Mercury retrograde until pretty much a year from now. Okay, my loves? I hope that was useful for you guys, and if you guys do like my vibe, definitely be sure to subscribe and join the tribe. I'd love to have you guys. You guys are my fellow life warriors. You know, life is about living in full evolution, and the warrior spirit inside of us that is constantly pushing forward to that process of evolving, that's who we are. You know, sometimes we don't want to do it because we're having bad days, right? And we feel like being human that day. But guess what? We know we have contracts. And also we're trying to clear off some of the karma from previous lives. You know, that whole thing that they've got going on out there in the ethers, holding us anchored to certain paths here. That part. But on that note, y'all, I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know how you've been able to effectively utilize the information that I've been able to provide to you in this reading, and be sure to give me a thumbs up if you do like the content, guys. Okay, that part. On that note, I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, namaste, enjoy your evening. I hope you actually have a phenomenal day today, BTW, because Mercury is going direct in preparation for all the other retrogrades, but that's neither here nor there. At least we've got access to our mind's files again, and we're not just kind of like being prodded and poked by all of the unprocessed traumas. Okay, on that note, I will see you guys in the next videos. My loves, take care. Mwah. Ta-ra. God bless.
Things they said to hold her back, they never seem to leave her head, and tend to keep her mind at war. All the